5 times 6 first.
Right.
And that's 30. And then you can go straight across after that. So it's 10 plus 30 minus 4.
Yes. So what's the first rule? Let's write that down. 5 times 6 is 30. You're correct. And now that we've done the multiplication, you can work left to right. So 10 plus 30 is 40. 40 take away 4 is 36. Okay, so what are the orders of operation?
It goes parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division in any order there. And then addition, subtraction in any order.
Okay, so you're one of the few people that actually answers that perfectly. The multiplication and division, well, maybe you didn't answer that right. Not in any order, whichever comes first. So
Like, that's what I meant.
Okay. So order, when you learn that PEMDAS in class, some of your elementary teachers teach you that. P for parentheses, E for exponents, N for multiplication, and D for division. It's multiplication does not come before division. Nor does division come before multiplication. You do whichever one shows up first, working left to right. And that is also true for addition and subtraction. Okay, so next problem. Emma, what would you do on the next problem? Looking at the order of operations. Right, because you did parentheses first. So now what happens? Multiplication comes next. Good. And then what happens? Nicely done. All right. Let's move this example up here. And we can do the next one and look at the rules. So Ben, what's the next one? What do you do first? Example 3.
So, first,
So 1 is 8, 4. Good. So first 4 times 10. Do you see how I'm rewriting the problems? You need to do the same thing. Some of the homework not really up to standard. You need to copy the problem. Some of your homework's beautiful, but some of you are just not doing a great job. You need to copy the homework. You need to show your steps. And you need to circle your answer. So keep going. You're doing good so far. Really? 40 divided by 5? So go through your 5 facts. 5. Right. 8. Okay. Raise your hand if those of the basic problems make sense. Examples 1, 2, and 3. Okay, Emerson, why would I say they're basic? How do they differ with the other problems? They don't have exponents. Exponents are a little bit harder, especially when they involve, what else don't they have? Yeah, Caroline, is that what you're going to say? Or yeah, negatives and exponents make it a little bit harder. Okay, so let's see. On this problem here, What would you do first, Emerson?
You would do the exponent for the third power.
Yes, because there's no parentheses with operations inside. There are parentheses here, but this parentheses is just another way to write multiply. So since there's, as opposed to over here, there's actually an operation happening inside. Does that make sense? So she's right, you're gonna do the exponent. So 4 to the third power is the same as what?
4 times 4 times 4.
Okay, so Emerson, did you happen to do that one?
Yeah,
And what did you get when you did 4 times 4 times 4?
64.
Good. So 64 divided by 8 minus a negative 2 times 4. Now what would you do? Keep going.
Oh, 64 divided by 8.
Right. So you know, this is an example of where you don't do multiplication first, you work left to right, and the first thing that you see is division. So of the multiplication and division, you do the one that shows up first. So this is 8 minus a negative 2 times 4. Keep going.
Then you would do negative 2 times 4.
Right? So that's 8 minus,
Negative
good. And the final answer is?
8. 16.
Good job. That's a harder one. Tyson.
So, for the exponents, can we just put in an arrow down to show that it equals 64?
Yeah, that would be fine. It would be fine to jump from here to here. I just wanted to make sure everybody knew where I got the 64. Okay? So, now this one, next one, I made this example on purpose because this is very confusing, and your book threw in a problem last night where there was a negative in front of a number raised to an exponent, and then there was a negative in parentheses raised to an exponent. Everybody really needs to pay attention to this. This is probably one of the most commonly missed things with exponents throughout high school, even in calculus. People make mistakes. It's one of the most commonly missed things. These are treated differently. So, I just want to say, I'm going to show you, I'm going to do this one. When there is a negative, like there is here, in front of a 2 raised to the exponent, it's really like negative 1 times 2 squared. That's how you have to think about that. So if you were going to do negative 1 times 2 squared, according to order of operations, Grace, what would you do first? You do the exponent first, right? So this becomes negative 4. Now, honestly, how many people knew that? Really? That's pretty good. Okay, most of the time people write that wrong and they write positive 4. So if you really got that, then when you go to those homework problems, when we check your answers tonight, you're going to have mistakes on that section. Okay? And some of you naturally made a mistake there because it's confusing. So this is something you should write down, take home, make sure you understand, or watch the video. So then I'm going to keep going, negative 2 times, I could do this exponent, but I'm cubing negative 3. So it's going to be a negative times a negative times a negative. So overall, I'm going to get what kind of answer? Is that right, Alex? What it's going to be? It's going to be a negative because it's 3 negatives, right? So it's going to be a negative 27. And then what about this one, Alex?
It's going to be negative 9.
This is negative 3 times negative 3. Because there's parentheses right here. What's negative 3 times negative 3?
Negative, 9.
It's positive. So now we have negative 4 minus 2 times negative 27 plus 9. Does that make sense? Carrie, you have a question?
So I was just gonna do it.
Keep going, great, wanna do it?
It is
What do I do next?
Q times negative 27 is negative 54.
Okay. So 2 times negative 27 is negative 54. Sorry about that. And you're gonna be subtracting that, right? Minus a negative 54. You see that negative there? Plus 9. So now what?
You do the negative 54 plus 9.
You don't. You work left to right. So go back to these. You do addition or subtraction, whichever comes first. So now if you look at our whole order of operations, the only thing we have left is addition and subtraction, so we work left to right. So you're gonna work with these two first.
So it would be positive 50,
It would be positive 50.
or yeah, positive 50.
Right, positive 50 plus 9.
So 59.
Yeah. Raise your hand if you got 59. All right, so that's kind of a summary of order of operations. We're gonna go over homework questions. I'm gonna